Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And earlier this morning, T-Mobile gave another network slash business update. And these have been coming in very frequently. T-Mobile has been addressing analysts and shareholders almost on a weekly basis. And there's another update that's due to come before the actual earnings call that's set to take place in early August. Now, again, not much has changed on this update. This update came from the CFO, Peter Oswaldick, I believe is his name. And again, not much has changed. The Sprint migration is at 60%. That's the TNX SIM going into the Sprint devices. They want to be at 100% by the end of 2022. I think that was to be expected and anticipated. So I don't see anything, drastically changing there. They want to, of course, integrate the back end systems and fully migrate the entire Sprint account. That will come with time. I think if they're not at a high percentage come 2023, 2024, I think they're just going to force the Sprint customer onto T-Mobile, because at that point, all of the promises that have been made to the FCC expire, or that T-Mobile needs to keep up, expire, and then they can technically do as they please at that particular point in time. Now, going forward, again, not much has changed on the network. I think we get the next big network update on the earnings call in early August, as I stated. I think that's when we'll get an update on where the pops covered on N41 are. Maybe I think 160, 170 is a good number for them to be at. I think, again, we hear that they're ahead of schedule, which I truly believe they are. T-Mobile is notorious for under-promising and over-delivering, so they're going to over-deliver. I will still stand by them being at 220 million covered by the end of year. I truly stand by that. And of course, I don't have any concrete evidence of this, but I think they're just working at that kind of pace. They're very confident. They speak confidently. There's enough, they say there's enough panels and radios in the warehouse. So I don't see that being anything drastic that doesn't let them hit that goal. I think internally they have a far bigger goal than they present to investors. And that's just being conservative. And I think they get to, like I said, the 220 million covered by the end of year. Now, small cells was brought up by him. Again, there's not much traction on that. Not at all. They want to be at 50,000 when it's all said and done. So they're not going to build an additional 50,000 small cells. They just want to be at a total of 50,000 small cells. So I just want everyone to understand that total right now they have 70,000. That's including Sprint and the existing ones that they have. I'm going to be very honest, I don't consider the strand mounts to be effective small cells. The reach of the strand mount is just, it leaves a lot to be desired. And then putting LAA on the strand mount is even worse. So I don't consider those to be the centralized RAN that Verizon and AT&T are using. AT&T or Verizon, you will not find one strand mount within their network, not one strand mount. From what I've been told, they just don't use those. They don't find them effective at all. And, they're very cheap. I give T-Mobile that. It's a very effective way to add capacity within a certain range. But people have been telling me that even millimeter wave has better range than the strand mounts with LAA on them. So, take that for what it's worth. But I think all in all, I think T-Mobile, once it's said and done, I think, and this is just a prediction of mine, I think they build an additional 10 to 15,000 small cells on their own, and the rest will be decommissioned. They said the Sprint side, small cells, will be decommissioned. I'm being told internally there's about a 1 to 2% of small cells that they may keep from the Sprint side, but those are going to be very rare instances where the coverage doesn't overlap. In many of these cases, apparently the Sprint small cell just overlaps with the T-Mobile coverage, and they just have no use for that small cell. But again, a macro-based network is coming. That's clearly a fact that he was talking about, and Neville said in the last update. They want to build this 5G network using macros. That's their strategy. They don't want to be reliant on small cells. They don't want to make that a big strategy. Could that change in the future? Of course. That'll likely will change because AT&T and Verizon are putting a big emphasis on small cells. And they're not slowing down. They're only increasing. So millimeter wave will be big for them. T-Mobile will likely do that and accomplish that at a later part of the phase 2, phase 3 of the network planning and rollout. Right now, I've seen the 3-year plan. Forget it. There's not a lot planned other than millimeter wave going on macros, but that's in the more urbanly densely populated, the Bostons, the New Yorks, the Chicagos. So you can be expecting that. Neville still stands that his stance is that he still has a more robust millimeter wave deployment in New York City versus Verizon. And I'm sure if the investment is there, he'll extend that out to some of the other boroughs. But other than that, again, not much changed on this meeting. They still have to, as you see by the title, running fast to achieve benefit of merger. The faster they get integrated, the faster they get the synergies, the faster they make the additional revenue and free cash flow. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. I look forward to reading your comments. Again, I just wanted to push this update out since T-Mobile did present today. Verizon also presented. I'll talk about that in the morning. And AT&T presented as well. Not a big takeaway from that one. I might make a video, might not. They really just discussed a big push on fiber. Not sure if that's really a big deal because we're already aware of them pushing that to 30 million by 2025. So if you have been on the channel or you're new to the channel and you have not yet liked, share, subscribe, make sure you do so. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Make sure to follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. Thanks again for watching. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.